So, first off, if you're new to the channel, I'm Adrian. Kiwi's over there on his perch. I know, some of y'all watch specifically for Kiwi. Anyways, so, some of y'all may have seen my video about being in a little bit of a crochet funk lately. And I thought, since I do feel like I'm in a little bit of a crochet funk, which if you missed that video, I will put a link up here for that if you'd like to watch it. I thought that maybe I would pursue learning to knit. I keep talking about it. I tried for a while, could not get the hang of it. Then I got rid of all of the random knitting needles that I found at the thrift store because I was just like, I give up. I have a Centro anyways. Why do I need to learn to knit by hand? But since I'm really in this funk, I thought I'd give it another go and really, give it some serious effort. So I wasn't sure what sort of knitting needles to get, so I just found some kind of basic ones on Amazon, which if I had realized that I was going to come back to knitting, I wouldn't have gotten rid of all of the needles that I already had. Now, I had heard that the best ones to start out with, or the best ones to get, were cabled knitting needles. So I found this 6-piece stainless steel set on Amazon. It comes with 2mm knitting needles, 3mm, 4, 5, 6, and 8. And if anybody's interested, I guess I can drop the link to where you can get these in the description box. And it says these are 60 centimeters, so what is that? 60 centimeters, that is that 24 inches? I don't know. I'd have to do the conversion. I want to say that's either, yeah, I think that's 24 inches. So these are, yeah, 24 inches in length, and there are 6 different sizes. So I like I said, I wasn't sure what sort of knitting needles to get, but I had heard that these cabled ones were kind of the best ones to go for. Let me see if these are like labeled somewhere on here. Pull one of these apart without taking an eye out. Oh my. Y'all don't make fun of me because I don't have a clue as to what I'm doing. So this is the biggest one. I don't see anywhere on here where it's marked as to what size these are. There's no, like, engraving or anything. I know people talk about memory. I'm not really sure what that means. I mean, they stay in a U shape. I don't know. Hold on. Let me straighten these things out. 1 second. Okay, so I got them back in the bag. I'm assuming that this pair is the 3mm hook. And I pulled out the 3mm needle. Now, the reason I pulled out the 3mm is I found like a sock pattern on YouTube, which I will also link below, that I would like to try. That pattern, I was watching the tutorial. I said pattern, but really it's a tutorial. That tutorial actually calls for 2.5mm knitting needles, but this particular set did not come with 2.5mm, and I'm guessing that these are the 3mm needles, and I'm definitely going to have to keep them in the bag because otherwise I won't know what sizes they are. So some of you guys may have been around a while back. I was talking about doing a cardigan. I have a ton of fingering weight yarn because that's my favorite. 1 through 3 weights are my favorite. Anything below a 4 are my favorite weights of yarn, you know, particularly fingering and weight 3. So weight 1s and 3s are my favorite. And then I like to work with 2 when it's in cotton. Call me weird. I don't know. I'm strange. But so I have a ton of these Yarn Bee authentic hand dyed hanks of yarn, and a while back I was planning on making a cardigan by doubling up on the threads, and I was going to use 2 different colors. And then I felt like I had too much going on, so I decided to put it in a project bag and leave it there. However, I dug that out, and this colorway is actually called Frosted Galaxy. I don't think it's available anymore. I got it during last year's Hobby Lobby, no, not last year's, but the year before. I got it at the Hobby Lobby yarn clearance that Hobby Lobby does each year, where they mark all the yarn drastically down. So that's where I got this, and so I thought that I would attempt to make myself a pair of socks using this yarn and these 3mm knitting needles. So this is gonna be like the start of my knitting journey, y'all. Basically, you know, right now I am making a ton of baby beanies, preemie beanies, and to try to break up a little bit of that monotony, I am going to try to learn to knit these socks. So I did watch the tutorial for the socks that I wanted to make. She also recommends several videos on something called the magic loop, which I'm gonna go and watch and try to learn that first. If you guys have any suggestions on videos, how I can do this, advice on knitting, y'all drop it in the comments below, because I am going into this blind. I could not even tell you exactly what knit stitch anatomy looks like. And what I mean by that is when you look at a crochet stitch, there's an anatomy. There's a post, there's a front loop, there's a back loop. I'm assuming there's something similar when you're learning to knit. But whatever it is, I don't have that knowledge. So I'm going into this totally blind. Y'all send me in the right direction. Give me some advice. I am going to right now watch this video on something called the magic loop, and then I'm going to practice that first. I might turn, if I can figure it out, I might turn the camera around and show you guys how I managed to do it. This is going to be interesting. Yeah. Okay, guys. So these knitting needles also came with these plastic tapestry needles. I will probably end up giving these to Casey because I don't really care for the plastic ones. I watched a couple videos on how to cast on, and I changed my mind and decided I'm going to use this stuff here. It's been it was originally a crochet blanket that I then decided to repurpose. So it is a Lion Brand mandala cake that has been repurposed, and of course by ripping it apart, Benjamin stretched it out quite a bit, so it's pretty thin. I'm thinking it should be okay to use with a 3mm, but I figured I should try it with a less expensive yarn. Let's go with that. See, that's weird because normally the way I do my slip knots is I grab that and I pull it through and do it this way, and I can't do that with a needle. So let me see if I can figure out how to do this cast on thing like I watched in the video. It's probably going to be harder because my yarn is all kinky, but okay. Okay. I keep wanting to hold it like crochet. Like that? No. I don't... Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch some more videos. Okay, I think I've figured out what I'm doing wrong. I have cast on a single stitch. So I just like that. Like that. My next question is, how tight is too tight for these stitches to be on there? I don't know. I'm just practicing casting on right now, guys. And how squished together should they be? I don't know. Y'all, I hope y'all watch this far in the video and y'all can answer some of my questions. Like, I'm looking at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of a darker gray color. But, you know, there's this line or whatever, and like, see this one, these stitches are spread out compared to these ones. Like, does that matter? I don't know. I don't know. But I think so what I was doing wrong was I was going like this, but apparently you're supposed to go like, or I was going like this, but apparently you're supposed to go like that. Like, see, does that matter how far apart it is? Or I don't know. And how far should I keep my... I don't know. And then I seen something in one of the YouTube videos something about like German cast on. Is there different types of casting on? I don't know. It sounded, I didn't watch the video, but it sounded like it. So I'm going to link below the video that I watched to figure this portion out. And then I guess I'm going to go and rewatch that magic loop one a couple of times and see if I can't maybe get the hang of that. Okay, so I've been trying to do this magic loop thing that this sock tutorial calls for, and I followed this tutorial. It said to cast on 64, which I did, fold it in half, and then pull the cord out like this. And of course, as I did that, then this here happened, and now I can't slide them on because right here is too tight. It's tightened around the cable, and I can't get them back up. Knitting is not coming as easy as crochet did, let me tell you, because I can't get these stitches back up here where they're supposed to be. Oh my god. I'm gonna take this off. I might have to cut it because I don't think I can get these off properly. Somebody point me in the right direction, because none of these tutorials are working so far. And I feel like I'm just like wasting yarn like a lot. See, I can't even, when I pull this out to make the so-called magic loop for the socks, like these stitches here get so tight that they don't move, and I don't know, is it the knitting needles or what? Like I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. Somebody help me. I'm gonna give this up for the night because it's actually really starting to frustrate me. I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get this yarn off now. Yeah, I will. I don't know. There's that mess. Okay, well, I'm feeling a little bit stressed out now. I still have not figured out how to get this off without cutting this yarn. Like, I don't know how to get this off without cutting the yarn. Maybe I should like start with something simpler, like a scarf or something. I've even tried to like pick at it with a needle to try to get these stitches off of here, but they're just so tight, and they didn't get tight until I followed that tutorial on how to do this magic loop thing. And the socks that I'd like to make require, I guess they require being able to make this magic loop thing. See, I'm gonna have to go and pull this stitch by stitch out on one side, because it's just not, oh, wait, there it goes. I don't know. Crocheting came a lot easier. I am gonna try to stick with this. Hopefully, maybe by the end of 2024, I'll have the basics down. I don't know. Maybe I should start with something easier than a pair of socks. these are not coming. There it goes. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if the reason the stitches get so tight is because it tells you to pull the stitches down here and then separate them out so that half of your stitches are one side and half of your stitches are on the other, and then to pull the cable out like this. And when I try to do that, the stitches at the ends get so tight that I can't move them anymore. So, I don't know. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety. I'm feeling a lot of frustration and stress. And, I think I'm going to leave knitting alone for the moment because, like I said, I don't know. Hello, Kiwi. I think for the rest of the evening, I am just going to go back to crocheting my preemie beanies. That is enough for me, I think, for the evening. If you guys can point me in the right direction as to knit basics, please do. I am really frustrated. I've spent a few hours trying to figure this out. On the bright side, I did figure out how to cast on. However, I'm also now aware that there is more than one way to cast on. So I don't even know for sure what way I'm doing it. I just know I copied the way the dude on the video did it. I will link all of the videos that I watched in the description box in case anybody is interested in taking a peek at them. Maybe it will give you some idea of what it is that I was trying to achieve. I don't know. This is the start of my knitting journey, and I will keep you guys updated on how it goes. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. In the meantime, I might go check out maybe some cardigan tutorials that I could do on the Centro. You know, because then all I have to do is crank. You know, I just have to crank the handle and yeah. I bought a 48 pin Centro and I still haven't even pulled it out of the box yet. So I might go watch some Centro knitted cardigan tutorials. I'm not really sure. Anyways, like I said, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please give this video a thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment below, even if it's just a couple of emojis. I'm sure that some of y'all are laughing at me right now. Leave me a laughing emoji. It will help with the algorithm. I am trying to grow the channel this year. So yeah. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.